What's up, ladies and gents, boys and girls? Your boy is back, and I know a lot of y'all have been anticipating this, but here we go. Here's my thoughts on the Pittsburgh Steelers 2019-2020 NFL season. All right, you know what? I'm not even let's start off on a good note. Let's start off on the ups and the positives first. First positive thing, the Pittsburgh's defense came alive this year. Well done. The defense this year was tremendous. Top 5, top 3. Our defense, we played lights out. The thing is, the Steelers have always been known for the defense, especially their linebacker core. The secondary core actually stepped up, this year too, because for the past, 3 or 4 years, ever since Troy's been gone, our secondary has been lackluster to say the least. Kudos to our defense. Sure, we gave up a couple of key tackles, and some of our secondaries gave up a few, big plays. But overall, we don't have a top 5 defense this year for a reason. It ultimately didn't get us anywhere in postseason, but the future looks bright. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. But can you imagine if we had our 2019-2020 defense with our 2017-2018 offensive squad? Undefeated, or at least Super Bowl bound. All right, also, TJ Watt, he should get the Defensive Player of the Year, if anything. Second positive thing, Mike Tomlin's coaching. Now, for the past couple of years, people have been calling for Mike Tomlin's job. Oh, he's not a real head coach. He doesn't know anything about game management. He should, have better control over the locker room, yada, yada, yada. Now, Look at the Pittsburgh Steelers season. Everybody said that when Big Ben went down, that was it for us. That's pretty much the beginning of the end. They were right. But everybody's like, well, because really, we finished the season 8-8, but really, if you think about it, we weren't even supposed to be playoff bound. We weren't even supposed to have a shot at the playoffs. If anything, the Steelers were looking at a 4-12, 5-11 season as soon as Big Ben went down. But he made the necessary adjustments. He did what a coach was supposed to do. Now, mind you, like I said, he did get a little bit of, bailouts from the defense, but still, he made the necessary adjustments. So he does, he has earned his spot, for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He has, earned a spot for, being in contention for Coach of the Year. Let's see, another positive thing. The thing is the versatility on as far as the running backs. Now, I'm gonna get to this. I'm gonna get to James Conner in a second. But us giving more than one look, as far as running, we actually rotate our running back. We had Jalen Samuels, we had Benny Snell Jr., we had Trey Edmonds. We were rotating those guys. And the thing is, I feel like that most teams around the league need to do that. Not just with running backs, even though running backs are probably one of those injury-prone positions on the field, but they need to do that with all positions. They need to rotate their players more often, not only just to give the younger guys more playing time and for them to develop their skill set, but they also need to do it just to keep their starters healthy. But there's a few positives, that did come out of this season. But of course, now it's time for the negatives. The number one negative is what I like to call the Pittsburgh Steelers curse. All the games that we should win, also known as trap games. The thing is, we either lose close or we get blown up by a team that we should beat. And the thing is, I don't know if that's bad luck. Some people don't believe in luck, but I don't know if that's bad luck or if it's just coaching or just us being unprepared or just our players taking our opponents lightly. And the thing is, in this league, you can't take anybody lightly or else you're gonna get hurt, bar none. Of course, Big Ben going down. That was the big thing right there. The thing is, a lot of people gotta understand this. You can't lose 3 of your best offensive weapons, 2 in the offseason and 1 to injury, and expect to really even go far. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Bill Belichick for the love of God. Anybody would struggle losing Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, and Antonio Brown. Anybody would struggle with that. Now, like I said, the thing is, all actuality, the Steelers probably actually could have been 9-7 this year. Had we not blown the game to the Baltimore Ravens at home with that Juju Smith-Schuster fumble. Also, Juju Smith-Schuster, this is kind of a negative with him. Well, he was out for half the season with a concussion and a knee injury. But thing is, we need to start asking some questions. is he really a legit number one receiver? Or do we need to get him some help? Do we need to draft, another wide receiver? Do we need to get another veteran wide receiver to complement him? That's the question we need to ask. Also, another positive right quick. James Washington and Deontay Johnson, they did step up when Juju Smith-Schuster was out, and they did compliment him as a number 2 and number 3 to his number 1. Also, we lost Justin James in the offseason too, so that was kind of a hit to our offensive, our receiving core. But also, back to the negatives. James Conner. I love him. I love the guy to death. I love his story. But thing is, the man just can't stay healthy. Like, I don't know what it is about him. I mean, he's made of, glass. I hate to say this. Now, the thing is, the man is an outstanding talent. He runs very, very hard. He wasn't like Le'Veon Bell, who was very slick and very elusive and patient. He was, James Conner, he runs hard, he runs fast, he runs tough. He has that bulldozer kind of style. But thing is, that also kind of does work against him. I mean, the thing is, he needs to keep himself healthy. Because, I mean, if you really want to get, if you really want to be serious about it, running backs in this league only last about maybe, on average, about 5 years, probably because of the nature of their job. Their knees take a beating, their ankles and their Achilles tendons take a beating, and their shoulders take a beating and stuff too, So that's why a lot of running backs reach their expiration date in their early 30s, 30, 31, 32. That's why a lot of, teams, they let you go or they don't want to pick you up unless you're a backup. So, yeah, that was kind of a downside, too. But, I mean, and also, Mike Tomlin, as far as his greatest strength is his biggest weakness as far as coaching. He takes risks. He takes chances. I mean, the thing is, it's paid off in some situations, but the thing is, you don't want to take a risk in a situation where you don't need to, because that's when you get hurt the most. You're like, okay, we're up 5 points, we're up 10 points, we're up however many points. Maybe we can go for it on this play. The thing is, it's good to apply the pressure. It's good to keep your foot on your opponent's neck, but not if it's going to, be a detriment later on in the game. You can't take an unnecessary risk because you will get hurt, because it could be that one time you take a risk and then you get the ball back, something unfortunate happens, interception, fumble, or you get the crap end of a penalty. So, yeah, there's always that. So, Mike Tomlin, I love you to death, but don't take any unnecessary risk in the future. You got to play smart. I mean, the thing is, if you're a coach, you're not on the field. You're not out on the field for the players. You can't play for them. You have to, play, it's chess. It's not checkers. Now, Big Ben, as far as his future, he's 38 years old and he's been plagued and riddled with injuries for the past decade almost. So, I mean, how far does he really carry this team next year with the offense that he's got? Now, also injuries has been a big part of the Steelers season. Like I said, Juju Smith-Schuster. Let's see, Marquise Pouncey, he was out for the season with a pectoral injury. And that's the thing, injuries, and the number one thing is our quarterback backups. Is Delvin Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph, are they the answer, or do we need to look elsewhere? Do we need to give them another chance? Because like I said, Big Ben, he's only going to be around for another 2 years. Do we need to give Duck and Mason another chance? And if so, who gets that number 2 spot? Matter of fact, when Big Ben is gone, who should get the spot over him? Should it be Duck or should it be Mason? Y'all let me know. Big Ben's he's going to be a shell of his former self. He's not going to be the same. Is he still going to have an arm? Yeah, he'll still have an arm. He's only going to be able to take so many hits. That much is obvious. But as far as our overall season, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Not to be really pessimistic, but it was a mess. But it wasn't a disaster like I thought it would be. I didn't think everybody's like, well, as soon as Big Ben goes down, we should be in tank territory. We should just go ahead and just throw the rest of these games just so we can get a higher draft pick for next year. But then everybody's like, man, hell nah. Especially Mike Tomlin, because Mike Tomlin, he cares about job security. He's like, no, I ain't tanking. I want to save my damn job. And, like I said, he made necessary adjustments. And, he bought us, him and the defense, they brought us to an 8-8 season. On offense, we looked piss poor on offense. Like I said, the only thing that really did save us was a couple of good plays and a somewhat versatile running game. But that always could be better. But there's no such thing as the perfect game in the NFL. There's always improvements and always adjustments that can be made. But here's hoping and here's looking forward to next year. But anyway, for all my Steelers fans, hell, even football fans in general, what did you guys think of the Steelers year? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll be back next year. Peace.